Let's be honest for a second. We've all been there, chasing the next big thing, thinking that it will finally make us feel complete. Whether it's a new car, a bigger house, or the latest tech, we've been sold the idea that accumulating more stuff will somehow fill the emptiness we feel inside. But here's the truth. Chasing the next thing won't fill the emptiness inside. In fact, it only leaves us more empty. Society's addiction to stuff is a silent killer of peace. We're conditioned to believe that happiness comes from having more, from collecting things, from showing off to others. But the more we acquire, the more we realize it's never enough. We're constantly chasing after the next item, the next achievement, the next validation. And every time we get it, we feel momentarily satisfied, until that feeling fades, and we're left wanting more. We've been sold the lie that happiness comes from accumulation, but the truth is it only leaves us more empty. The problem isn't what we own. It's the fact that we're looking outside ourselves for fulfillment. True peace doesn't come from having more. It comes from being content with who we are, without the need for constant external validation. The emptiness you feel isn't about what you have, or don't have, it's about who you are. When the noise of the world fades, society tells us to keep striving for the next best thing, but it never gives us the tools to find fulfillment in the present. If we keep looking for answers in stuff, we'll keep coming up short. True happiness isn't in the things we own. It's in how we see ourselves, how we find peace with what we have, and how we live intentionally, not chasing what's fleeting. It's time we stop running after things that only give us temporary satisfaction and start focusing on building a life that nourishes our soul. We've been taught to define success by what we can show, by what we own. But real success isn't about the size of your house or how many followers you have. It's about being at peace with who you are, whether or not the world sees your worth. The problem isn't the things we have, it's the value we place on them. If you define your worth by what's on the outside, you'll always be at war with yourself. It's time we stop chasing an illusion and start creating real, lasting contentment within ourselves. We've been conditioned to think that the more we have, the happier we'll be. But in reality, all it does is create a cycle of dissatisfaction. The more we accumulate, the less we appreciate. The problem isn't the object itself. It's the mindset that tells us it's the answer. Happiness isn't a possession. It's a state of being. And until we learn to embrace the present and find peace with what we already have, we'll always be stuck in this endless loop of consumerism, desperately seeking fulfillment in all the wrong places.